So overall, I would say I think my resolutions I knocked out of the park for the most part. And honestly, most of the time people put resolutions up and don't do any of it. You know what I mean? I'm saying it. Who posted my my goals from 2023? Because I want to actually pull up my 2023 resolutions that I had. Wait, I didn't even realize you went to Japan twice. I'm a fake fan. Oh, Megaphonics. That's crazy that you didn't realize that I. Oh yeah, here it is. So here it is. Wendy 4LT edits posted my 2023 New Year rezos. I segmented it off of life, fitness, and content. Okay. On the life part, get a haircut. Immediately did that. More podcast/TV show appearances and collabs. Did that. Go to Japan with Ludden Yard and friends. Didn't do that with Ludden Yard, but did do it with friends twice. Travel even more, which I did. Adopt a puppy for real this time. Also did. Raise more than 1.5 million, 500K plus last year. This year, we raised almost 3 million. I think close to 3 million, if not 3 million. With like my own personal donations, plus also the money that we raised together in the community. So, that was pretty pog. Improve personal outlook, brand, and gain more charitability from haters and normies alike. Didn't do that. That actually is in the pooper. I will say that was a big L. Okay? That one, big L. Definitely not great. Okay? Big failure on that front. I will admit that. I will cop to that. Okay? Yell less, be happier, no more responding to haters. I also will cop to that. Not great. Not great. As far as fitness goes, you said this last year too when you watched the rewind. Everyone forgets what happens. Around 50% of the work goes to just finding all the content. Yeah. You said this last year too when you watched the rewind. Everyone forgets this happens. This year it's more significant because of what's happening in Palestine. Around 50% of the work goes to finding all the content. Yeah. It is. You yelled less, useless debates with chatters, though. I mean, I did it like twice. I think you guys are having recency bias a little bit. PR year is going similar to trying to cover up the Contra affair. No, it's just never going to happen. My haters are too dedicated. I just got to fucking keep my head down and keep cracking. You know what I mean? And keep making awesome content. Fitness, 16% body fat by July. Keep it in the gym. I did not hit 16% body fat this year. I'm still around 20%. However, I was at that point 255 pounds. I did get to 245 pounds, not by March, but I did get to it by I think July, and I'm still there. I didn't get to 230 by the end of the year. That didn't happen. And bench press 225 for 15. I don't know if I can do 15 right now, but it's up there. Squat 315 by 12. I can't do that. I don't think. But it's also close to that. Deadlift, I actually passed 405 by 8. I did 405 by 12 easily a month ago. Can't dunk yet. Start fight training, not for a real fight. Didn't do that. So didn't dunk, didn't start fight training as far as doing cardio. But I did focus a lot on basketball, so that was good. As far as content goes, make standalone VOD content that isn't on stream. Did do that. Except, HasanAbi's still has videos, I think, in the actual chamber. Okay. More charity streams, bigger and better. Yes, did that. 50K average, 30K average gaming. Nope. That part is the most in the pooper. Okay. As far as goals that I set for myself that I did not achieve, that probably is the most glaring one. Considering that I'm a sub 20K Andy now. She's showing off. She's being a cutie. Those are Kai Cenat numbers. It ebbs and flows in content creation. I agree. But I thought it was going to be ebbing and flowing in that direction. I mean, shit was popping off in 2022, so I think it was a reasonable reso and goal. Yeah. For a moment, you were a 30K Andy somehow. Wait, what? No, I was always a 30K Andy. I've been a 30K Andy every single year. I wanted to go higher than that, and then I didn't. I mean, to be fair, you banned 1/3 of your audience, lulz. So, no, that's not the reason. But yeah. No, Twitch as a whole went down in viewership, but I would say I probably went down a lot at the end of this year, way more than way more than before. But yeah, we'll see. Politics doesn't have just as much as a reach. Yeah. Remember, 2023 was not an election year, but neither was 2022. I guess it was, but like not as poppin' of an election year. So we'll see. We'll see what happens this year with the election coming up, but I don't think people are that interested in it. Do you think it's because leftist politics isn't as fashionable? Yes. 100%. I think that definitely has a lot to do with it. But I think most people don't realize this, but like I was a leftist political streamer before it was fashionable. It got fashionable during the Trump era with Bernie Sanders and then also with Donald Trump, because everybody was like, oh, I'm a communist now. I fucking absolutely hate Donald Trump. That must make me a communist. And then a lot of those people either, one, checked out of politics entirely when Joe Brandon became president, or two, basically were like, oh, never mind. I'm actually a super Democrat. Like I'm a liberal, like especially when it comes to foreign policy. Like I love American foreign policy. I'm fully on board with it, which I think is like a big part of the reason why there have been like a lot of there's been a lot of deviations, but overall, your sub count hasn't dropped insanely. I think people are just very disillusioned by American politics at the moment. I think a lot of people don't want to think about it because there have been so many L's. Yeah. But Trump trials are coming, which is even bigger than the election. Let's be real. Anyone complaining about genocide coverage should probably look inward to why they are such shitty people. Okay, but you have to remember, like, I'm a news network as well for a lot of people. Like, this is something I have to think about all the time. I'm supposed to be, well, not just a news network, but like I'm supposed to be both entertaining, comedic, and also cover a broad variety of news. So for that reason, like, yes, doing exclusive Palestine coverage, which is something I care about quite a bit, is something I'm going to keep doing. But like the reality is that's going to alienate a lot of people, because why the fuck would anybody want to like constantly, like if CNN was only doing Gaza news coverage, like people would stop watching as well, because like there's a need for all these other news things that are happening as well. Do you think it's anything to do with consistent Middle East coverage too? Not saying it was a bad thing. It was a good thing to cover it. Hopefully continue, but it doesn't seem like view count decreased in the past 2 to 3 months. Yes, 100%. It is. Sorry, chatter. 4-month genocide coverage negatively affected viewership is facts. Yeah, 100%. I think it's like, I think it's basically for that reason. You got a plan to get back up there, 30K? I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. My point is this, guys. I have been a leftist far before I was popular. So what a lot of people don't realize is because of that, I was doing this shit when I had 30 fucking views, okay? I was saying the same shit. So, okay, I'm going to turn off the Kai cam for now. So for me, I'm used to taking L's. Like, I definitely got comfortable taking W's. Like, I got used to it. Took it for granted a little bit. But the reality is, being a very... Although I feel you covered Ukraine heavily too and the view count didn't suffer as much, with Ukraine, it was white people. It was white people being slaughtered. That 100%. There's no ands, ifs, or buts on that. Straight up. People just don't care. People literally don't care about Palestinians getting ruthlessly slaughtered. They just don't. When it's white people, it's like way more captivating, way more interesting. It's like, I mean, the news reiterated this plenty of times where they kept saying, this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen in Europe. This doesn't happen in Europe. And they were saying that because they were talking about how, this doesn't happen to white people. It is Palestine coverage, but it was dropping before that, yet your sub count wasn't dropping at the same rate. I think people just don't want to watch as much because people feel helpless. Nothing has improved. Yeah, I think that there's that too. I think it's just like people are bored. It makes sense. You have fucking Donald Trump and Joe Biden going at it again. Like, it's not fun. It's like a rerun. You know what I mean? this is a terrible election cycle from a content perspective. We'll see what happens with Donald Trump's trial. I think that will be interesting. But overall, ACAP for Cutie, thank you for the 5. Get the subs. You can't put too much weight on a goal, something you can't fully control. Viewer count is weird to put a solid number on. No, I know. But like I said, I was doing this in the mud, okay? I'm used to taking L's. This is something that I try to explain to leftists all the time. You're going to take a lot of L's. You're going to take a lot of L's throughout your political journey. You are going to take a lot of L's throughout your experience as a leftist. You're not doing this for popularity. You're doing this because it's right. So it is something you have to, it is something definitely you have to remember. Anecdotally, I watched way less since October 7th. When you're dealing with lots of stuff in your personal life, it becomes too much. The Ukrainian coverage was less depressing because the Palestinian people are in such a hopeless situation. It's hard to hear everyone in my life being psychotic than all the coverage showing the slaughter. Yeah. Also, you don't exist in a vacuum. You have competitors that are actually, in general, people who share your opinion. And more importantly, news fatigue 23. No, it's not the competition or anything like that. I don't think that's the real reason. I think like the haters probably had like some level of impact of like successfully tarnishing my reputation or making it seem like I'm not a reliable news outlet. But overall, it's mostly because like I don't have I don't have a regular mainstream perspective on foreign policy. I never have, but that is definitely one like very clear deviation that I have from like the rest of the American-based news and politics content creators for the most part, with the exception of like the obvious ones that you know about. Did you see the Chappelle special yet? I did. I watched it last night. Leftist content is really hard because people are either too leftist and think they're too good for this consumption, or they're too liberal and think you're too much of a tanky to watch. Exactly. Ferris, thank you for the 10 gift subs as well. So, how was that? I heard he pivoted the handicap people. Yeah, well, I'll talk about the Dave Chappelle stuff in a second. Anyway, regardless, overall, like I said, that was a lofty goal that we didn't get there, but it's all good. And even if it goes worse, it still doesn't matter because that's where I started. That's what I'm used to. That's what the longest part from 2014, 2015 till 2020, that was my career, right? Only in the last 3 years, 4 years has, like, for the first 6 years of my career, I was nothing. I had nothing. Only for the last 4 years of my career did it become like a popular thing. And a lot of people took it for granted and talked about how like, oh, you're doing this for popularity. And it's like, well, I haven't shifted. I haven't shifted my policies in the same way that many others have, right? There have been so many content creators in this space that have absolutely resorted to doing reactionary content, like incredibly toxic shit. I haven't stopped covering the same shit I've been covering in the exact same, with the exact same perspectives that I've been covering. So odd that people who suggested that I was actually malleable morally, or morally lucky, and yet for some reason I am very grounded in my positions, and I haven't really changed all that much at all. But of course, those very same people will then turn around and go, oh, it's not actually consistency for him. It's because he's ideological, and therefore now I've decided it's actually better to be malleable, and that just means you're looking at new information and changing your perspective. So anyway, so yeah, that's something to remember. Some of my friends stopped watching because you always take it too far in friends' banter. It's always piece of shit and sarcasm. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. You change your positions when you come to new information. Something I've learned to do here from Surprisingly. Okay, let's continue with the list, and then we're going to get back to the recap, the rewind. Plaid on Valo, Lamau, if I don't quit. See, notice how I put the if I don't quit in there? That's because I know myself, okay? I know that, Valorant, okay, Valorant, it was good. It was fun while it lasted, but of course I had to quit it. You quit every game, brother? Okay, first of all, there's a multiplayer game. It's not like there's a single player storyline. Okay? So I apologize. Smoke weed with Poke, that was a big L. Probably my worst L. That's like a way bigger L than being at the top of the hour and not having a fucking subscription so you see a 3-minute ad break. I would say that it's akin to that, okay? Pretty much. Do not unban that motherfucker, what? No, I'm going to get back to the video in a second. We're just looking at the... You banned Megaphonics? Why? What did he do? Soccer to Gore, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour. Here's a 3-minute ad break now. What did he do now? The fuck did he do now? League arc for 2024? Oh, that's valid. That's a valid thing to ban for, I think. That's a valid ban. Yeah. May I suggest not only RDC, but more black content creators on the stream? It's like a mayo market in this bitch. Brother, I'm mayonnaise. Okay? You're looking at me every fucking day. What do you want me to do? I'm the mayo market because it's Hellman's up in this bitch. Okay? I'm the mayonnaise man. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard. They said make more black friends, Lamau. I have black friends. They're just normies. The fuck am I going to do? To be like, hey, I'm going to bring my normie black friends on so I can be like, hey guys, I want to prove something. No, but that chatter is correct. He's talking about black content creators, which I have had a bunch of black content creators on as well. And we'll do more. Let me put the do-rag on you. Yes. Okay. Scary Games with Friends series. I did do that for the record. I did do that. Blacksmith stream and more IRL content. Did do that. Bill Burr comes on stream and or pod. Did not happen. Go on Joe Rogan Experience. Lol. That was a, meme joke. Get on a MrBeast video. Close to happening, but didn't actually end up happening. Have MrBeast on the podcast. I didn't even actually ask for that. Collab with the W community more. We went in the exact opposite direction. Speaking of which, ironic, because that chatter said, collaborate with black content creators more. This was in the beginning of 2023, and it was a very different time, as you will see right here. Okay? I tried to collaborate with the W community. It did not work. Okay? A lot of the W community went to Kick. And beyond that, a lot of the W community did not fuck with me at all, partially because this community is very political. And their perspective of this community, and this is like pre-Tate or kind of in the Tate era at this point, their perspective of this community was like that we are a bunch of, we're a bunch of annoying, smarmy, constantly trying to fucking cancel people, softies in here, which is understandable because it's true. So, it was just not going to happen. People in the W community don't hate you. No, I know. It's just that it's not that the W community content creators hate me. It's that there are at least like big W community content creators that do. So some of this community does do that, and it's literally the scourge of this community. I agree. No, there's definitely a lot of people in this community that are very outspoken and get like very mad and want to cancel people, and that is true. The fact that every streamer at the Streamer Awards said they would hate the mod in this chat should have been a moment of reflection for the motherfuckers in there. Yeah, I don't think people understand that. Like, people don't see how we are perceived by the outside world. Should have paid that phantom tax, little bro. Dude, I'm the one who taxes, okay? What do you mean, the phantom tax? I'm the one who does the phantom tax to my friends, okay? Their audience tends to be younger and more immature too, so they're kind of all over the place sometimes. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I would tax Phantom. I would Phantom tax Phantom. So, so that didn't work out. Aiden Ross, 1v1 basketball, destroy him, teach him the ways. This is like pre-Tate arc for, like, this was in the midst of the Tate arc, in the beginning of the Tate arc, where I thought, Aiden Ross could have been saved, okay? And I tried my best. I tried so fucking hard. I tried so goddamn hard. But ultimately, the reality is, you can't help someone who, whose bag relies on them not being helped, okay? Like, he saw a massive audience with an Andrew Tate, and it, I think, changed the trajectory of his life dramatically. It altered the course of his life dramatically. I think in a negative way. He probably thinks it's a positive. He probably thinks it's a positive in general. But now he's a Kick guy. But yeah, set Firan straight with solid schedule plus guests. We did that. That's a definite check. That definitely happened. Big W. Firan probably biggest W of the year overall. Alveus with Maya, that's on me. Obviously, that's a big L for me. Disney with Cutie, on the other hand, absolutely a fat, whopping L for Cutie Cinderella. That's 100% her fault. IRL content with RDC didn't actually end up happening, but that's in the works still. Teach Todic life lessons. He helps me get to Plat in Valo. I guess I kind of did that with Todic, but not a lot. But I didn't need to fucking teach him life lessons. He got Brolic this year on his own, you know? So overall, I would say I think my resolutions I knocked out of the park for the most part. Like, it's not going to be 100%. RDC World, yes. It's like, did like half? No, it's more than half. And honestly, most of the time people put resolutions up and don't do any of it. You know what I mean? So we'll get to the 2024 resolutions and predictions and stuff like that in a little bit.
One eternity later.
Let's look at let's put 2023 behind us and move on to 2024. And let's look at look at how do I open Notepad? I'm such a fucking boomer, Jesus Christ. Let's do it. Let's do predictions, goals together as a community. 2024. Flashbang. Boom. Watching your content helped me break down the liberal conservative mindset I've always had and now become a leftist. Yeah. All right. All the Zoomers died because I flashbanged them. Can we have some nicotine gum? No. 2024 goals. Okay. You make this like, can't make it bold or anything, right? Can't change fonts on this, right? On the notepad. Well, you can zoom in at least. Okay. Now I did Control B, didn't work. 2024 goals. Number 1. We're gonna do it in the same categorization. What is it? Life, fitness, content. Is that what I did last year? All right. Notepad is plain text, but you can change how it's rendered. It's fine. Okay. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. 2024 goals. Life. And I'll do predictions as well. It's fine. It's fine. I don't want to change the font. It's fine. It works this way. It's okay. Life. Catch up on One Piece. Okay? As number 1. Finish One Piece? Bro, One Piece is not finishing. Get a cat? Absolutely not. Catch up on One Piece. Okay. Travel more. Stream even less. Okay. Get some drip for Kaya. Forge battle armor for Kaya. Man, you guys are awful at this. Get her this. Yeah, I need to get her that tracksuit. Don't like number 2. Travel more, stream even less. Really? Okay. Travel more, stream even less. Go to Australia. Take the Aussies to China. That's a big one. Go to Japan. Yeah. How do you like that? How do you fucking like those apples, yeah? How do you like those fucking apples, mate? Right? How hard would a fucking China stream go, right? Especially with the Aussies. Maybe go to Australia first. Kickboxing camp. This is a stretch goal, okay? I'm going to bracket this with a stretch goal here. Kickboxing camp in Thailand with Will plus Austin. Your goals are bougie? I mean, what what goals would I have? Like reach financial security? Is that, I can't have that. I already have it. You know what I mean? Like Muay Thai. Here's a good life goal, okay? Stop reading bait, or at least be funny and good-natured about bait reactions. Be more easygoing. This is real. This is like, I think it's not necessarily that I should stop reading the bait, okay? It's more so that I need to be more easygoing. I feel like when I'm tense, I, as the streamer, and this has been like what? I've been streaming on this platform full-time since 2020, and before that since 2018. And the reality is that over the course of many, many years, I've said this so many times, I experience burnout regularly, and when I do experience burnout, I tend to start reacting negatively to chatters. And back in the day, I used to just stop and take a day off and then come back, right? And I would be less angry when I did that. And the thing is, yes, please, you did yell slightly less in 2023, but you engaged with obvious trolls too much. Yeah. So watch Will's stream. He reads bait all the time, but he parries it so well with a joke. Brother, I cannot comprehend how you would compare what I do to what Will does. Will doesn't do politics. It's entirely different. He doesn't have the same level of like unhinged haters. Like, what are you talking about? So, anyway, treat the most terminally ill bait as stupidly as Felix or Edgar or Momentum does. Yeah. There's a moment, there's a time and place for the iconic angry Hasan that you guys know and love. You yelled at me once for being weird this year, so my resolution is to be more normal. That's always good. You do realize that chat is going to antagonize into you breaking that, and I say that as a genuinely good faith chatter? Yeah, 100%. So, I think that overall, I need to be more easygoing and easy-natured, okay? And I know it's an election year. And even though it's an election year, I think I need to do less politics. What do I mean by that? Okay? What do I mean by that? What I mean is, I need to make the stream more balanced, because this stream is a very balanced stream, or used to be a very balanced stream. And even if I do 6 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours of politics a day, it needs to be more condensed, rather than harping on the same issues over and over again. Getting stuck on bad faith chatters for a very long period of time. I think that the politics needs to be more concise, and then we need to do more fun shit. Especially because I got one, actively try not to curse as much. I know so many people who agree with you, but who cannot stand to hear you cursing. I agree with that. That's a good one. That's a good one. More concise politics plus cycle in fun. Curse less. I agree. I have a potty mouth. And it's not good. How about being less horny? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't. I think it's funny to say that, because like I don't. I mean, maybe people will yell at me, but I don't think I'm that horny. At least when I am horny, it's for like very weird stuff. You know what I mean? I think I definitely was way worse. More thirst traps? Yes. Leave unironically in 2023? Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. You were a lot worse during the pandemic, to be fair. Yeah, I was, stuck in my house. Stop biting your nails, please. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that. Leave deeply unserious in 2023 too? No. If you have any non-political videos that need editing, we're always down. Hell yeah. More variety in terms of produce versus chill content. I think Fear End is a great start. Yeah. Have an actual year of public relations. Real PR year. Okay. All right, let's get to fitness goals. I think that's good enough. It's always the same. Be more easygoing, easy-natured, less politics, more concise politics, cycle, and fun. Curse less. Have a real PR year. Less streamer drama coverage. I don't do a lot of streamer drama coverage. It seems like people probably think I do a lot of streamer drama coverage, but I certainly do much less than the average commentary channel. The average commentary channel is exclusively involved in drama coverage. I don't think I do that much, but some is not zero. Yeah, oftentimes the drama coverage I do is just drama that I'm actively involved in, even if I'm not trying to be, and I get pulled into it. And the reality, figure out how to change people's perceptions of this community to be a welcoming one. People perceive more drama because when you do cover it, it's usually the biggest in news, and you're among the biggest covering it. Yeah, I think so. Even Majority Report does more than you, probably. It's like, figure out how to change people's perception of this community to a welcoming one. I like that. I do like that. No, the pokey cookie drama you. Some of them included in content. Yeah. So there are definitely moments where I think like something is unfair, so I will talk about it. But in a lot of instances, like the way I do, or the reasons as to why I do drama coverage is because it does open up like a much larger avenue. I think it opens up a much broader audience because a lot of people they can consume drama, right? In a way that is like easily digestible, much easier to digest than like actual politics, like hardcore politics. So I used to do that to open up a larger audience, but the unfortunate thing is that hire chef and maybe even a PA or a producer, possible producer. Stretch goal. Please, you need a PA 100%. Yeah. Is it March your producer? March is my producer for the podcast. And I lean on him for other stuff every now and then, but why a chef? Like to keep on your diet? Yes. I think this chat likes being hated by other streamers because they think being associated with them is devaluing their leftist morals or something. Yeah. There is one thing. There is like real PR year. Re-monetize HasanAbi Clips Industrial Complex, and also TikTok revitalize HasanAbi HCIC on TikTok, exclusive TikTok content, standalone TikTok content. Oh wait, I guess these are on the content side. Hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Please do these goals. It'll revitalize the community. Isn't the chef a fitness goal? I guess. Fine. Here. Sorry, dog. Not even you can get me to install TikTok. Brother, if you're here, then I'm not making TikToks for you. It's to get people in here that is not in here. You understand? It's a very naive thing between the Hostwit members trying to bring back the Austinox negativity and the hatred towards other streamers and creators. It really hurts the view of our community in general. Even to people close to you who don't understand some of the humor or just see plain old shit talking content coming from Hostwit or Hoscord. I don't know what that means, but you're never going to be a Ludwig type who's almost universally liked because you refuse to fence sit or hold your tongue, and that's a good thing about you, not shitting on Lud. No, I know that, but that's not what I'm looking for. I will never be like a Markiplier or a Ludwig type. So that's not going to ever happen. Also, you're right. Less politics is technically a content goal, but But I guess it's a life goal as well in general. Hajigit. It's more so clearing up the misconceptions people have about you, right? Yes. Hire someone to help with content goals. You can't do this all alone. I was going to say something similar. Build out the HasanAbi's industrial complex, not the Clips complex. Maybe diversify platforms on politics on TikTok's more mainstream news appearances. You're taking the ones I'm typing. So what I mean by this is, I think when I say exclusive TikTok content, I mean standalone content like direct to camera, like short explainers, things of that nature. Okay. Short, concise explainers, etc. Stuff that like overall bangs. You know what I mean? Like the breakdown style. I think like I think one thing that I always forget, and this seems kind of funny saying this, it seems kind of weird saying this because like if you've been in here for a very long time, if you've been in here for years, like there's a lot of inside baseball, a lot of community memes and stuff. But I feel like I'm not as approachable to the normie person who's like uninitiated with politics, because I do bring up a lot of talking points, or I bring up a lot of facts, for example, that like the average person that is not super tuned into politics is going to have a hard time comprehending. Like I'll bring up a relevant point that I think everyone gets, but if you don't have the basics, if you're unfamiliar with the basics, you're like probably sitting in here and going, what did he just say? What the hell? Why did he just bring this up? What does this have to do with anything? I don't really know. And I think I need to dumb my content down a little bit more. I feel as though one of the things I've done is, it's weird saying this, but because I don't think like my content is inaccessible at all. I think there's like significantly more dense theory out there than the way I do my coverage. However, having said that, for a lot of like normal people that are just basically getting in or getting invested in politics, I think that it might sometimes be inaccessible. Be less bro-coded, maybe? No, that's the opposite of what I'm saying. Yeah, see, this is a great example. Peepaman247, you're so right on this. Normies have no idea what an OECD nation is. For a lot of you, you're like, what? Of course everybody knows what an OECD nation is. But I say it so frequently, and I never describe it. And honestly, it's like, maybe people still don't know what it is, right? So instead of just saying like OECD nations, I should probably say like developed nations, right? Like, or explain what OECD is. We got to do describing of words. Yeah. Cause I don't know, like instead of saying OECD or even Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development Nations, I should say, I mean, I guess it's like, I have to describe it, right? I don't know. It's such a good descriptive. The space is good, but Twitch isn't great for outreach, especially for leftist politics. TikTok has been the base and is very good at capturing Zoomers' attention. Yeah. Do you have a clearly defined target audience or particular groups within it? Yes. My defined target audience is like 16 to 26. You're so accustomed to bad faith chatters that you sometimes end up coming down hard on someone who's unironically just curious and has no idea what they think is right, is wrong, and it becomes you parrying them rather than walking them through the steps, just in my opinion. But I think there's validity to it. I agree with you. The thing is, my audience used to be that, and many of you were that, but now you've aged out of it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people who grew older alongside myself and are still in here. But yeah, this is what that means, by the way. Be more easygoing and easy-natured. That's what that is, actually. That chatter nailed it, okay? Be kinder to just curious people. They might literally be just curious. I don't know. I personally don't try to bring up how much I watch you in other communities because there's just so many freakazoids that are irrationally angry about you and activate at the mention of your name just lurking in normie spaces. Yes, My haters are very well organized. That is the reality. But you should not be afraid of like people yelling at you over it. They are insane. And I do believe that many of them come across as insane. Like, I'm sorry, but no matter what happens, when you have a sock account on Twitter and the entire sock account is dedicated to like replying under every single one of my tweets with like the same meme over and over again, most people see that and go, oh, dude, this guy's a loser. Like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. And they've been doing it for years. Also, other leftists are obsessed with attacking you about Artemis. Is very tiring. Yeah, that part is stuff. That's whatever. It doesn't matter. Obviously, having resources would help them, but the Hoscourt is now a hostile environment for that kind of stuff. I don't know how aggro Hoscourt is, but maybe we need to also dial that back too. Hey, HasanAbi, I've clearly been in here for a while, but don't chat as much. I'm sure 2024 is going to be great. I just want you to try and protect your own peace more. Don't always feel like you have to engage with lunatics. It drags everyone down, mainly you. Yeah, I agree. Your subreddit that you hate has resources, by the way. I don't hate my subreddit. Just always explain yourself, and yes, be aware that others are not as aware of affairs as you are, though do not dumb people down. Make everything transparent and accessible through overlays upon your Twitch channel. More podcasts? Yeah, I should go on more podcasts. I agree. I want to put that up top, actually. Collab more podcasts. Like, the Graham Stephan podcast is a perfect example, right? And the Graham Stephan podcast that I did is a perfect example of this. So he wanted me to do his podcast for the longest time, and I always was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I feel like it's just going to be kind of lame. He's like, he's a landlord guy, but he was so incredibly charitable to me and just kind of let me do my thing. There was, of course, pushback in moments where he didn't agree with me, and we had a normal, polite conversation. But because my brain is so tarnished from haters that I thought it was going to be a drastically different type of interview. I thought it was going to be like, I thought I was going to be on the back foot the entire time. I thought he was going to bring up like, a bunch of drama and a bunch of nonsense. And yet this was a situation where I didn't have a chat constantly yapping in my ear. And I think that this podcast was incredible at unironically showcasing a lot of my positions and showing to a completely different untapped audience what I'm about in a very positive way. We all suffer from this too as a community, and I think that what makes us less welcoming too. I've been conditioned by the freaks. Yeah. And I think that is really good. This kind of stuff is really, really good. And I must do things like that. Because the chatter says, more interviews with important leftist public figures, Teamster leaders, please. Brother, that is that's just boring. I do that already, and I'm going to keep doing that. But like, I'm not going to put that as a content goal to do more of, okay? I'm sorry. You're like, this is the equivalent of being like, no, dog, you got to do more theory streams, okay? It's not boring to you because you're brain broken. You're a 38-month subscriber. Of course it's not boring to you. But this isn't democracy now. You know what I mean? Shadows will come in here and be like, hey, man, can you just do what is it? Was it LibVox? What was I used to listen to the audiobooks all the time. Like, there's a bunch of like anarchist channels out there that will put communist texts and like audiobooks. Yeah, it was like LibriVox. Do you remember when Ray was here and chat linked a 2-hour-long theory lecture? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Invite Gramsci on the show. Chatters don't get what you want is for more people to come in here. Yes. I think there is a level of like wanting this to come across as like inaccessible to others because it makes everybody feel like this is a more personal community. Like it's more, it's less mainstream. And my goal is to become more mainstream. Yeah. This is not like, this is not somewhere that you can gatekeep. I don't want you to gatekeep this content. I want this content to be more accessible. My entire goal is to reach normies, not like-minded people. My goal is to reach normies in the periphery, normies in the outside world, and get them to change their minds. Your mind is already made up. You probably were a normie at some point, and it's been so long that you forgot about it. When you go on other programs, the comments are always filled with people changing their minds on you. It's crazy how the anti-Hasan propaganda goes crazy. Yeah. No, straight up. No more guest stars, Lamount. No, I think I should do more guest stars, actually. The guest star part is not bad. I just need to figure out a way to do it like more streamlined and more fun. Not by like debating chatters or anything, but having a more fun component. Stop being like, oh God, that's so depressive. Shut up. I mean, sometimes chats become more of a high mind that attacks people they think is bad and uncharitable to your position, even if it's another chatter. I think chat could do with dialing this back a bit as well. It's why so many other communities view us as hostile. I know you and the mods do their best, but chat should also be more charitable to the people that come in. Yeah, I agree. I think that is my point. That is my fault. I will say it. It's my fault. I'm so aggro that I think chatters, they see what I do and they emulate it. And I think that I need to dial that back in this community for sure. That's a specific point that I must make, actually. Okay? Be more easygoing, easy nature, be kind to just curious people. Remember, chat emulates the streamer. Attack chatters less. Change community mindset. Really loved you on offline with the pod Johns. Also, when you had Love It on Fear and Malding. I think most normies get radicalized against you because people show clips of you flipping on people, and that's what they see. It's stupid, but that's what goes viral. Yeah. Maybe take polls on certain topics to talk about, i.e. Stalin, USSR, and other events. Fart girl, I believe I will not be doing that. We can all be more understanding of people not having the right framework when we've been conditioned to be super reactionary. Yeah, that's like another thing that I forgot about. I mean, this is a big part of what I do. A big part of why I started doing this on Twitch specifically was about charitability, about the need for understanding that people have the capacity to change. And this is something that I used to duke it out with all the time with my community when it was much smaller. And it's like something that I genuinely believe in. And I feel as though I've lost sight of that a little bit, especially because of like endless sequences of attacks from actual bad faith people that have clouded my my frame of reference and made me way less tolerant to every single person that asks questions in here, because I just always assume that it is coming from a perspective of like just smarmy, annoying, bad faith attacks. And I think chat also is doing that trauma response too. Yeah, it is a trauma response for sure. And I gotta desperately fix that. More vlogs and non-stream content. Yeah, that was my point, not attacking or being crazy, repulsive person, but help bringing us on and our values, the more normies, because the real gatekeepers are the ones knocking everything you do, right? Yeah. Maybe this is crazy because I do tenant organizing, but what if you do segments where you bring chatters and coach them through how to talk about politics with normies, almost like teaching people how to door knock, but navigating day-to-day combos, kind of like how you do that yourself with some more normie chatters? Sure. Found you because of flagrant, because other leftists always said negative things about you that were bullshit. Collabs are so crucial. Yeah. Yeah. Really good seeing you understand this. No, I definitely understand this. This is something that like I said, I know where it comes from. I know where it became a thing. I know how it became a thing. It is a trauma response, 100%. Chat is immediately ready to attack another chatter when you pull a user card up, and sometimes they're bad faith in the end. But it is immediate. We started adding usernames to automod and timing people out for dogpiling, but we shouldn't have to. We can do better. Yeah. How do you fix that trauma response without someone having something else or someone else to center you? Genuine question. Just being more aware of it, being more mindful of it, I think. You should do more fitness stuff. I started working out thanks to you a few years ago, and I've since lost 50 pounds and became a bodybuilder. Yeah, there's a lot of HasanAbi heads that have done this, which is kind of surprising. I always am shocked. I just keep going back to that chatter who say people get mad at you for flipping on them. You don't flip. You call out people no matter who they are when in the situation calls for it. That's not a bad thing. No, I think that it is somewhat of a bad thing because I'm quick to jump at chatters assuming that they're bad faith, but sometimes they're not. And I think that creates a toxic space where people want to pile on. You know what I mean? That's one criticism I was willing to agree with haters on, but they bake it in with other shit that I knew that was actual concern trolling, that you can get mad, no one is perfect. Yeah. The thing is, not every single person that asks questions or are coming in here are doing it specifically to bait a reaction out of me so they can clip it and post it on Reddit. There's a lot of people that do that, right? But having said that, even if it's someone who is bad faith that is looking to bait a reaction out of me so they can clip it as I'm yelling at them so they can post it on Reddit, I should just simply not do that. I should simply not yell at them, even if it's bad faith. And if I'm describing it for the 50th time, I should just not read it at all and not describe it at all. And like, yeah, that chatter that said, why are you in Italy? I popped off on a chatter that said, why are you in Italy? Because or earlier today, there was a guy whose name is Usama or something like that in the chat. And I know that guy was in here in bad faith, but he was asking something as a bad faith chatter that could be perceived not as a bad faith chatter. Now, I recognize the username. I think we've banned that person's other million different sock accounts, right? But he was like, I forget what he said. Or even the other chatter who was like, these goals are so bourgeois. Like your life goals are so bourgeois, right? A lot of that stuff piles on throughout the day. And by the end of it, by the end of my rope, I just start responding in a very mean, smarmy kind of way. And if you clip that and you show that to people and no one is actually going to come in here and watch for 3 hours, 4 hours, they're just going to see the clips. They're going to think all that I do is just I'm an asshole. I'm a bad guy who doesn't know how to have fun. And I think that aggressive response also creates more aggressive responses from the chat. So like I said, I've suggested stuff and you turn it down nicely being like, nah, I don't want to do that. And then people fucking dogpile on me and tell me I'm an idiot and whatnot. It's made me not want to interact with the stream in the past. Yeah. Remember one time you rated Maya, right? When she was talking about how she personally wouldn't pay for an OnlyFans to watch porn because there are free alternatives available to enjoy. So many chatters from the raid called her a swerve and ruthlessly shit on her immediately. Motherfuckers here definitely need to reel it back a fuck ton. Yeah. Yes, I have thought about making a video addressing some of the most common misconceptions about me in chat. But the problem is that that would basically be like a beacon. I have thought about that, but it's just it's so much bad faith. I think the best possible thing that I could do is not something that is in my hands. The best possible thing that I could do is have other people who are content creators on their own organically make videos such as that, like documentary series and things of that nature. And the reality is most people are not going to be that dedicated. But a ton of the misinformation that flows in the discourse doesn't come directly from the content creators, but from their fan bases, especially when they have cult-like fan bases that are into effort posting for their dear leaders, right? Because it is usually like a cult. Streaming is very culty. And so what ends up happening is those content creators have cult-like followings that will then effort post and will make literally long, convoluted documentaries that are incredibly one-sided and oftentimes just straight up bullshit. But it's not the same as the content creators themselves saying it. If they post it, if they look at that, if they react to it, or if they draw from that information and engage with it, that's incredibly effective. Much, much, much more effective. You know what I mean? No one likes positivity. Mr. Beast gets shit on and he's mega popular. No, Mr. Beast is a great example of the content creator who's been able to like navigate the seas as well as he possibly can. Is your main goal to bring people into the stream or simply reach them with content, no matter what the platform? People I know and tell about you never would tap into the stream, no time. So concise content and platforms in general is a great idea. Yeah, it's both. It's both. I will disagree with you on that. You always do that, though. What makes guest stars as good is how you show so much respect for who you are talking to, understanding that no one is immune to propaganda and you don't debate, you converse in good faith. It is something people need to learn from you. Yeah, I agree. I know this may seem silly, but I think the Drunk Lethal Company stream did more to improve perception of you and other streamers' communities than almost anything else this past year. People were like, damn, I didn't know Hasan was funny, lol. Yeah, nobody IRL hates Mr. Beast. That is Twitter freak shit. And we are Twitter freaks ourselves, which is why we oftentimes are misguided and think that, like, Twitter is real life. It's not. This might be a bad suggestion or badly written, but I feel like we need more community building like you used to. Like, the P.O. Box segments were so fun, and while chat was like 30K plus, it made me feel more tight-knit, and you got to see our appreciation for what you do. Granted, I know the P.O. Box brings about its own complications, so I don't know how to replace it. I guess chat advice is one of those contents too. Yes, more community content for sure. All right, that's a good one. More community content, memes, meme review, chat advice, P.O. Box, maybe. Bit checks, frequent chat advice. We're working on the sub badges. Rearrange streaming room. Now that I don't use it for podcasting, I want to completely rearrange the streaming room. Dating profile reviews, I like that. Sub badge, new sub badges. Oh, chatter setups. Yeah, chatter setup reviews too. New sub badges, new banner. I do want to move away from the W banner this year. New banner, B-ball against your rage plus yard plus B-ball tournament stream, tourney event stream. That's something I've been working on as well. RDC, AMP, your rage, yard. Jeff Nippard collab fitness. Yes. I want to do like a week with him or something. I do want to do that. I do want to do a collab with Jeff Nippard for sure. When I first started watching your stream, was structured with politics till you ate, and then you started to do fun reacts like Forging of Fire and stuff, and politics was out for the rest of the night unless it was a special occasion. Yeah. Texas, OTK collabs, plus Alveus stream for sure. I'm going to put that separately, actually. And then Cutie Disney, once again, a permanent goal. A lot of the perception stuff won't change that much unless chatters commit to changing as well. I agree. But I think chatters will change. I think chatters will change when I change. Because my chat, I mean, look, the community reflects the streamer. The community emulates the streamer. So I take responsibility for that. I definitely do need to be nicer in general. You can't change Twitter though, that's much harder. Yeah, I don't care about that. Take Kaya out to see, experience snow. Dog park stream. For sure. You know you can change chat. Remember when you changed the hostile emote? Chat got way less horny. Kind of. A schedule. It would also be great to have a better idea of when you're streaming and what the content will be. Makes it harder for normies with jobs to join if you miss a day. I'm hunting out Discord, Reddit, etc. Figuring out why you're late or just off that day. Yeah. Cutie Hasanarella. I know that sounds like a good idea. And I love that you say that, but I am literally the most consistent streamer of all time. Like, I know people say that, but I don't think you guys understand how this space operates in general. I think there is no better, more normie-facing content creator than myself in that regard. That this is like the most streamlined approach that you could have. And I posted on my Twitter. I post updates on my Twitter. I post updates on my Instagram. I try to keep it as like, I try to keep it as people as up to date as possible. So I don't know what to say about that. I mean, look, think about it. 352 days out of this year, I was there, I was here, I was live. And on the 352 days that I was live, I also was, streaming on average 7 hours a day. You're basically as inconsistent with streaming as someone with a full-time job would be with their job. Sometimes they're late because of traffic or an appointment or something, but otherwise it's 40 hours a week, 9 to 5, etc. Yeah, except it's, more than that. HasanAbi Gaming breaking 100K this year. Got 30K new subs in 2023. Yeah, that's awesome. Can we address the fat phobia, though? Some of the language you use is crude and childish and is a huge turnoff for fat people. /Jen, much love to you. I mean, I'm probably going to be doing more. I'm going to be honest. Not just fat phobia, but just like... Chad, don't pile on this. Don't pile on this person. Don't do it. It's a good time to practice that. More phobia. More people of color creators on the broadcast? No. Less. Maybe not consistent in terms of showing up, but what's on screen. Like sometimes I come in late thinking I'd come in to watch some lighter content. It's either you're still doing news or vice versa. Yeah, it's just, that's Twitch. It's the nature of Twitch. That's like not something that I can change really. So many crybabies in the chat nowadays, man. First of all, there used to be way more crybabies in the chat. Please don't pile on this person and call them a crybaby. There were definitely way more crybabies back in the day. Oh, I forgot charity goal this year. Okay. 23, we reached almost 3 mil. 2024 charity. I'm raising the fucking stakes. We're doing 5 million, baby. 5 million. We say 2 million. Wait, why would I go lower? Finally, some real socialism charity. 20 million? No pussy shit? Bro, what do you think I am? Jeff fucking Bezos? What the hell? I'm not Mr. Beast, dog. Last year was 1 million, no? No, last year's charity goal was 1 million and I did 2.8 million. This year's charity goal should be not 5 million. It should be 3 million, actually. And then we'll see what happens. 5 is too much. Half of this list is just be chill, lol. I mean, it's a huge deal. Being chill is definitely a big part of what I have to do. Because I think people forget. The way... Ooh, I like this. More streams with punishments like one with Cutie Maya Stavros. Hot tub election cover stream on April 1st. Cover the weather instead of the news. Stream with a bear to prove you can't be friends with them. Get a boyfriend in RP. That's funny. Are you rolling over 2023 goals that you didn't achieve? No, they just get canceled. Please don't take this the wrong way. And chat, don't call me a crybaby. Will you try and reduce the amount of times to call chatters autistic when they annoy you? It really sucks for those of us who are on the spectrum. My friend, I don't know if you know this. I mean, you've been in here for 29 months. You probably do. But like, I think like 90% of the chat is autistic. It's Twitch. This is a very neurodivergent platform. So like, you think that you're the only person, but this is, and do not pile on this chatter. It's just like, I mean, I know a lot of us are. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like, not. Will your producer a profit share? I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna set it up yet. But see, like, this is the problem with me, like, hiring people or working with people, because immediately it's like there's always like an internal audit happening with chatters, like an external audit coming from chatters like the fucking IRS. No one has ever asked Mr. Beast that question. Yeah, but Mr. Beast is not a socialist. They'll say that. This feels bad faith too. It does. I assume it could be. Why the fuck are you announcing it then? Just hire someone. Okay, I noticed. I'm gonna change my I'm gonna change something right now. I noticed as soon as I responded to the fat phobia thing as a joke, then more criticism started coming in, and then bad faith chatters who can't stop themselves immediately started jumping in to be like, well, my concerns need to be heard now. and I need to stop that. You can avoid the audit if you do all your payments in crypto. The ledger is public knowledge. You know, I think you should be a little bit more open-minded to ad breaks. Oh my God. Oh, or to what chat has been telling you tonight. We just want to see the community grow. Hustle. God damn it. Last year, I got formally diagnosed with autism, and I told a few people in my circle, and all that did was get people to unironically call me the R word. At least here I feel at home. Jesus Christ. That's insane, dude. Yeah, I gotta read chat out loud less. Where was I? Let's get back down to it. This is becoming real beefy. We're gonna do fitness goals in a second. Here's a 2024 goal for chat. Never miss a good opportunity to shut the fuck up for Hasan's chat in 2023. Okay, that's fair. That is a good opportunity. Also, the 3-minute ad break is upon us. Before I forget. This is more like a to-do list than a New Year's resolution. I mean, it's good. It is good. I value this, for the record. Do you have any personal goals, like learn an instrument or language? Could be fun on stream sometimes. I feel like I don't have time. Anyway. Yeah, a New Year's resolution is a to-do list, basically. So the thing is, there's other chatters also bringing up like fat phobia and like harmful language and stuff like that. I have a, I guess, unique approach to this, where I do think that like harmful language is obviously bad and wrong, but like trying to sanitize every aspect of my commentary, like being less broy, for example, unironically would be more off-putting because it would just be not me, right? I try to ensure that I'm not being toxic and attacking people regularly for things that they can't change about themselves. And I know people will like laugh, especially haters would laugh at that and be like, really? You are incredibly anti-white racist or whatever the fuck, right? Or whatever they try to make stick. But overall, I do fly off the handle sometimes. I do get mad sometimes and I pop off and I say some stuff. And that I think falls under the category of just like, don't get so mad and try to be less upset. But as far as the sanitization goes, I'm probably going to be authentically myself, and in instances like there's going to be stuff in here that you will not agree with, so that's it. But like with when we talk about, like, when I make fun of people or specific characteristics, like when I call a cop like fat or whatever, in many instances, like, it's coming from the same energy that can be misconstrued, but it's coming from the same place of like, how do I describe it? Like when I make fun of Ohio or every state, at this point, everybody understands that I shit on every state in the United States of America, right? I usually shit on every nation on the planet as well. So it's not supposed to be taken super seriously. For the most part, your dramatic moments aren't just cynical attempts to drum up drama. They're genuine reaction by you. Yeah. I do think, and I've said this before, my only issue with your rhetoric is the use of the term schizo, because it literally paints people with schizophrenia as terminally online freaks. It's very alienating. 1% of the population has schizophrenia. It's an inalienable characteristic. Yes, it's also happens to be overrepresented on Twitch, though. All matter of different types of neurodivergence is overly represented on Twitch, I think. Anyway. Like, there was a chatter in here talking about COVID, and I'm not going to reply to them. I'm using this as an example of growth. Normally, I would have spent a decent amount of time retaliating and being like, please be normal. We're all going to be normal here, that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to do that. Growth. And this is why this community will never be more approachable. The hypersensitivity is wild. Twitch viewers be normal, impossible challenge. Yeah, I mean, when other chatters come in here and read takes like that, they definitely go, oh God, this is like, they immediately put me and this community into a box that this community is normally not in, right? Which is over the top, hypersensitive, like looking to cancel people. Please only walk around eggshells. I contribute to it as well with the way that I pop off on people. And this is something I gotta be. I don't have to be less hypersensitive myself because I'm not a very hypersensitive person. But I do believe that there are, chatters in here that I have to, regulate a little bit more. Little Bear, I'm not being hypersensitive is literally the only thing I have an issue with. No, I know where you're coming from. I don't think you're hypersensitive. It's the difference between like serious moments where we're talking about mental illness and mental health complications versus like an offhanded remark. And it's just something that I do all the time with respect to like calling people psychos, right? That's what it is. Are you gonna have experts and more guests on for 2024? No. I'm just saying you'll catch more diabetics with honey. Okay. Are you going to go live in 2024? No. I'm done. I'm done streaming. Kaya dog spa stream. We want to see her get pampered. I do think we need to do more Kaya related content. More Kaya related content. Like take Kaya out to experience snow's a good idea. Like park, maybe not the dog park, but just a park because there's the respiratory thing going around. Anyway. So yeah. Yes, animal exploitation. Exactly. When you went to Italy, you talked about a lot of the history very passionately. I feel like you could do a history segment from time to time, not often, maybe every time you go abroad to Japan or something, and talk about a period of history or an event that you find interesting. Yeah. Okay. There's enough content stuff here already. Not a theory stream, but showing how to explain a hot button issues to our brain rotted aunts and uncles. Yeah, that could work. I can't take Kaya to Alveus. Maya said dogs can't go to like and be around other animals like that. Okay. Fitness. Hire chef. Okay. Not a vegan chef. Get fat. We're going to go for 16% body fat again by end of year. Okay. 235 by July. 225 by end of year. Okay. Can we please give more attention to trans rights? I feel like unfortunately there's still some transphobic people in this and many other communities. Please. There are virtually no transphobic people in this community. I'm sorry. I will have to say no to that. This is what is going on? What? This community is, and I stand on this. I will say this much, and I think this is literally like I would say this is even more than Germa. This is the largest online trans community that isn't like exclusively trans content creators for a trans audience. Like I will stand on that, which is why it's always funny when people are like, Hasan, you're transphobic. This is literally 100%. You said Vosh. No, this community is larger and therefore has a larger amount of trans people. Most leftist online trans community. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. More footy coverage like you did in Rome. Yeah. Life goal, hate crime, Austin. Okay. Isn't there like a fuck ton of us in here? I literally joined this community because I saw you defending us this year from Nick Merckx. Yeah. That's not even a thing. Like, straight up. I found you by tuning in randomly when you were in the middle of defending trans people and publicly embarrassing a transphobic chatter, and I never left. I watched the whole stream. It felt amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's just like, this is like, I did talk about the Turkish Cup in Saudi Arabia the other day, chatter. Up our black community amount from 9% to 13%. We got to go even higher. Will you try to rebuild some bridges with who? The thing is, like, I'm always open to that, but it just like depends. I rarely ever burn bridges in general. Like with the W community, like that's not even a burned bridge. I don't consider that to be like a burned bridge at all. So there's no like if there's a content creator that like I don't engage with at all and specifically avoid, I'm most likely not going to engage with them. But if there's one thing, but do you think it'd be possible to go on Kai's stream, for example? No, I don't think so. Why the fuck would he? Like, that's not on me. I don't have an issue with Kai. The problem is it's very cliquey and loyalty based, and some of the biggest W community streamers absolutely fucking hate you. And ironically, some of the biggest W community streamers actually don't hate me at all and like me. The problem is, yeah, no, the XQC bridge, if that's like what you considered a bridge burned, it's like that's never gonna happen. It's not on my end. I rarely ever talk about Felix at all anymore, and that is deliberate, and it's not a thing that's not up to me. Like that's been a one directional stream of attacks from the jump. Like XQ talks about you every day. I doubt he talks about me every day, but I'm sure when he brings me up, it's usually not positive. And you know, it's just, that's not, what do you want me to do? Like, I can't do anything about that. And I don't care to at this point. It's fine. Repaired a bridge with Ethan. I'm still friends with Ethan. I talk to him every now and then. So there's no, see, this is what I mean. There's no like bridge burning. From an avid juicer, he hates you on hood. No, it's not okay to dogpile. No, come on, Fizz. What are you doing? No, everybody stop. Can we have Palestine be free in 2024? I mean, yeah. Chat, don't get that even if the streamer themselves know you IRL, they might not collab with you just by virtue of them knowing how much you turn off their audience. They think that if you're not actively making content with them, you hate each other. Yeah. For saying on hood, no, we're not doing that. No matter what. On hood is just a new thing he says in RP. That's why. Oh, I mean, I don't care. All right, let's keep moving. Kai doesn't even hate you. The only thing he got upset at was you telling him and Rage to suck your cock for jokingly calling you a snitch. Something Rage apologized for, but Chad never clipped it for you. Classic. Yeah, I don't have an issue with Rage at all. And I don't have an issue with Kai either. These are, I mean, I don't have an issue with any of these content creators, okay? But like I said, I would always, I've tried to collaborate with them regularly. It's, if it's not happening, it's not on my end, is what I mean. I have no enemies, okay? Do not create imaginary drama. But yeah, okay. Current weight is like probably 248 after Italy. Okay. Dunk by end of year. I kind of want to learn to do something physical, like be able to handstand. Pole dancing is right there. I mean, I already did that. But I'm down to do more stuff like that. But that's a little bit like handstand is I mean, maybe we could do like a learn to dance, and that's also content too. Something like that. Could be fun. Sorry for making ignorant comments on here. No, it's okay, chatter. Don't worry about it. No one should yell at you for that either. Learn some of the tricks with Kai that people do with their small dogs, like yoga poses where she jumps on top. Lol. I don't think I could do that with Kai. Would always see criticism about you on Twitter or YouTube, so I watched a couple clips and started watching you consistently on stream. I really appreciate it. Still appreciate how you constantly speak about queerness and queer issues, especially since very rarely the content creator doing so is a straight man. Yeah. I think like the one thing that you should tell haters all the time is to just come in and watch a stream. That's it. If you welcome people to come in and watch streams, like if they're misguided, they will 100% very quickly, in my opinion, especially when it's like a chill. Especially when it's a chill moment. They will recognize very quickly that they are they're misguided. Learn to sing. Learn to sing Red Sun in the Sky. I think that's a good, like, skill thing to learn as well. Yeah. Learn to sing Red Sun in the Sky. Racism drama, let's go. Wait, what do you mean? Watch more Poop Socks this year and give us what we really want? Sure. You got it. Ever since you talked about how much you used to draw, I've always wanted to see some type of drawing stream. I can't draw anymore. It's been so long. Like, I'm so out of practice. I doubt that I'd be able to draw unless I was like drawing a lot. Okay, we're done with the there's so much here. We're done with this. Okay, 2024 goals and predictions, life. I didn't put a view count on here, but catch up on One Piece, collab more for charity, reach 3 million. More collaborations, more podcast appearances, travel more, stream even less, go to Australia, take the Aussies to China, go to Japan, stretch goal, Muay Thai camp in Thailand with Will and Austin, stop reading bait or at least be funny and good natured about bait reactions. This is the most important part in my opinion. Be more easygoing. Okay, and then we're gonna get to the predictions now. Be more easygoing, easy nature, be kinder to just curious people. They might literally be just curious. Remember, chat emulates the streamer, attack chatters less, change community mindset, less politics, election year Lamau, more concise political cycle and fun. Curse less. That's huge. Curse less. Real PR year incoming. Okay, actual PR year incoming. Possibly hire a producer, also a stretch goal, most likely not gonna happen. Learn to sing Red Sun in the Sky. For fitness, hire a chef. Like to do meals, to bring in meals. 16% body fat by end of the year, 235 by July, 225 by end of year, currently at 248. Dunk by end of the year. Learn to handstand. Learn to dance on stream. Cursing is not a bad thing. No, I think cursing is not a bad thing, but I do curse a lot. It's a major sentence modifier for me, right? And it's lazy. I do think that it makes me less approachable to a broad audience for sure. Content, remonetize HasanAbi Clips Industrial Complex, revitalize the HasanAbi Clips Industrial content on TikTok, exclusive TikTok content, short, concise, explainers, essential breakdown style, more community content, meme review, frequent chat advice, PO box, fit checks, dating profile reviews, chatter setup reviews. I want to do a Q&A as well. Rearrange the streaming room, make setup better. Now that I don't have to do the podcast in here. New sub badges, new banner. B-ball against RDC AMP your age yard. B-ball tourney event stream. Jeff Nippard collab with fitness. Texas OTK collabs. Alvea streams. Cutie Disney. More Kai related content. And then we move on to, we forgot gaming goals. I'll do more gaming, but like I'm not gonna put it in there. I'm not gonna put the gaming goals in there, guys. Come on. Predictions. Are we ready? This is the dramatic stuff. This is the good stuff. Okay. Prediction number 1. Trump doesn't go to jail. Who's dying? Death predictions? Oh, that's easy. Death predictions. Mitch McConnell dies. Second, HasanAbi downfall. Your downfall. How? I don't think I can fall down more. Mitch McConnell dies. Jimmy Carter dies. Easy one. I'm not gonna say. Make a bold pick. Taiwan big escalation. No. I'm gonna go ahead and say no major escalation in Taiwan. Oh God. Oh no, it's gonna happen. No, I'm deleting that. I don't even want to put that in there. Oh God. You just killed everyone in Taiwan? Stop. Ukraine war gets one more final push, but in the absence of interest ends with ceding ground to Russian annexation, causing major rift in Ukrainian right-wing forces. Major rift in Ukraine, putting Zelensky at odds with, what's the name of that fucking general? Like the defense minister guy? Zelensky? You fucking write his name. God damn it. It's just so hard. At least they're not Polish. Jesus Christ. You are tunneling? What do you mean? Speaking of Poland, Polish-Ukrainian relationship rift over economy, which is already happening. No financial crisis that everyone, including me, is calling for in 2024. I think that... Do you think this year China will annex Taiwan? I do not think that. I do not think that at all. So I'll put it in there. Maybe I'm wrong. It's a prediction. It can be wrong. You know what I mean? I could be wrong on everything. I don't think you should put war predictions on here. Honestly, it's kind of morbid and just setting yourself up for future drama. I mean, dude, it's like a fucking... I'm not confident in this at all. Okay? I'm just... Any of this. Don't be baited into thinking this is a hard prediction. There you go. I can't see the future. You wrote that part too late thereafter. Your ass? No. I think that the economy is recovering in America. Oh, Irish unification. Oh, Irish unification, which is the Star Trek meme, but it's true. U.S. economy reaches soft landing, which it yeah. Soft landing. Quebec independence from Canada happens? Yeah, no. Predictions on Tesla, Twitter, and the Cybertruck, etc. Okay, that's a good one. Major Cybertruck recalls. There will be a major Cybertruck recall. Have you ever read Baba Vanga's prediction? She predicted Putin was going to die this year. Yeah. People always do that, and it never happens. California, Oregon, Washington secede to create the nation of Pacifica. Tesla stocks going down. Epstein list predictions. I don't know about that. Hyperloop, it's over. Hyperloop failed. It was a failure from the jump. It succeeded in achieving its original goal of stopping like other public transit opportunities. But Biden's on the Epstein list and it comes out in October. No shot. If you think Biden would ever be on the Epstein list, you greatly misunderstand Joseph Robinette Biden. Like, he sucks, but not in that way. I don't know how to describe it. He is... Oh, they didn't say Joe Biden. Oh, true. They pulled the Republican Party on me.